Welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you the A900 series, which is the Outdure range of pedestals designed to support deck structures that are around about 12 inches or 300 mils in height. These are by far the best pedestal system on the market, end of story. I'm going to show you why. Let's take a look at the 4 items that we've got here. From this range, we can create supports for a deck system starting off at 1/8 of an inch right through to 12 inches. So that's 300 mils, so that's starting at 3 millimeters through to 300 mils, or 1/8 of an inch going through to 12 inches. And it's just by stacking up a combination of these items. Now, let's take a look at how a traditional pedestal system works. Okay, so let's talk traditional pedestal ranges. We've sold hundreds of thousands of these things, if not millions, and I hate them. They're just the most problematic item that we sell, purely because customers always order the wrong sizes. They have the right intention of ordering the right size, but they typically get to site and they go, okay, I've got some of these that are the correct height, but these other ones, they're just not the right height. And here's a great example. So let's say I'm a contractor. I've had to measure the heights for a low height deck area or deck structure, and some of these I'm guesstimating because I can't run around with a laser level and get the exact heights that I need on site in every area of the deck. So I'm kind of making some assumptions on what pedestal heights ranges that I'm actually going to need to purchase. So by way of scenario, I purchase 50 of those and 50 of this size and 50 of this other size. Now, they get delivered to site, and typically these are the first items that get installed on a job, and it's quite hard to start a job if you don't have the right height. So as soon as you work out that you don't have the right height pedestal, all of a sudden this problem becomes really urgent, because you've got guys standing on site, they're wanting to get on with the job, and then you've realized that you don't have the right height pedestals because you've either shot some laser levels and you go, actually the deck structure needs to be 10 mils higher, or half an inch higher, or half an inch lower. So then you send someone, you go, right, grab all the supports, and you take them back to the person or the company that you've purchased them from, repurchase the right size, try and get a credit or a refund or what have you on the pedestals that you originally purchased, and then take them back to site. And meanwhile, you've got guys standing around on site, wasting time. So that's a great example of just how pedantic some of these transactions are. So there's different height ranges. I think we've got like 9 different height sizes here to get up to your 12 inch or your 300 mil height. And so this is just by way of example, just showing how exhaustive and onerous this kind of pedestal system is. Let's take a look at our system. So now let's take a look at how we achieve the different heights throughout our range. So we start with the A901. So this is a flexible product. You can see here, it's got a ribbed texture to it. So what that rib actually provides us is a super non-slip surface. So when I fold that over or I stack it on top of each other, I can actually cut down these and stack them up. But you can see now that when I push this together, I can't move that. It's got such great non-slip properties. So I can stack 5 of these on top of each other. So this, in standard measurements, this is 1/8 of an inch, and if I stack it up 5 times, I get 5/8. And for metric, it's 3 millimeters, and obviously takes you up to 15 millimeters in thickness. So that's the initial height range. So let's take a look at the A905. This has height adjustability from 5/8. There you go, through to 1 3/8, or for metric it's 15 mils through to 35 mils. So you can see there, the screws supplied for you to be able to screw this off at your desired height. Right, now let's take a look at the A910. So I've got this one here. This actually is 3 items, but it is 1 item code. So you can see we've got the base, which is like a protector for any kind of membrane that you're putting the support on, and you can see it's actually got a clip system here, so when I clip this onto there, it clips in nicely. Also, just while I've got that, you can actually see that the A905 also clips onto here as well, like so. Get in there. There we go. So that protects the membrane from the A905. Right, we'll take that back, put this base back onto this one, and now I have my adjustability from 1 3/8 here through to my 2.5 inches. So it's a ratchet system up to there. You can see now I've got my height adjustability and I can screw it off. Now from the 2.5 inches I can then take it up in basically 1 3/16 increments with this extender. So you can see the extender has got these ribs here, and so this, I now remove the base from here. I can put my extender underneath this, and I can put my base underneath this extender. So now very simply I have extended out this whole pedestal. So you can see now I start at this height range. Where is it? There we go. And then I can just extend it up like so. Now if I look at an extreme case of this, I've got one here that I've pre-prepared earlier. You can see, I'm going to take this off. There we go. So this is my extender. So on here I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's the maximum number of extenders that you're allowed, but that essentially takes you up to 1 foot of extension or 300 mils. And then obviously you've got your micro adjustment on the top there. So that is why the Outdure range is just so much better. It's so much simpler. You've got amazing height adjustability. You've only got 4 products to achieve all these different heights. Now let's have a look at a couple of the optional extra products that you can use. So here I've got the A905 and the A910. So these are these versions right here. Now let's look at the optional extras that we've got for these. Let's start off with the slope corrector. So I've got 7% slope adjustment on this. So now how do I fit this onto here? Well, we've got a friction fit here, so I can just put the A905 straight on top of that. So you can see now I've got my slope correction. Now if I take that off, there we go. So now you can see I've got my slope adjustability here. The next optional extra is used on not that many projects, to be honest, but it's something that when it is applicable, it's really great to have. And it's actually an acoustic pad. So it's where you've got either very thin floors and you don't want any resonance from any kind of sound coming through. So once again, you've got the friction fit on top. This just goes onto here like so. Slope adjustability. I'll take that off. And I can pop this on here. So now you can see here I've got my acoustic sound absorption clipped straight onto the base of this. It gives me my height adjustability that I need. So the slope corrector and the acoustic pad are optional extras, and you can purchase them if your project requires them. So in summary, you don't need to worry about how to calculate how many screws or brackets or components you need. The deck planner will calculate it for you.